Hello wrestling fans, Jonathan Cairns here for a special Best of 2017 edition of Red Rock Rundown, where I'm going to run down the top 5 moments of 2017. Opening up our top 5 countdown is a big tag team match featuring almost 1,200 pounds of humanity. It was at the time the reigning Red Rock Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, The Answer, called upon the services of the big 320-pound Brody Steele, and their opponents were the #1 contender at the time, the Big Picture Chris Cook, and his tag team partner, P.I.'s favorite son, Cowboy Mike Hughes.
The scene is the East Link Center in Charlottetown, in front of the largest crowd to watch independent pro wrestling in the Maritimes. We saw Brody Steele, his tag team partners, the reigning Red Rock Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, The Answer, and their opponents are the Big Picture Chris Cook, and his tag team partner is PEI's own Cowboy Mike Hughes. Set for a tag team grudge match was the Big Picture, immediately taking control and taking down The Answer with his speed and his agility. Cowboy Mike Hughes coming off the top rope. Once again, coming off the top rope, getting ready to hit The Answer with a devastating clothesline. And they're also showing their power, the team of the Big Picture and Cowboy Mike Hughes, as they suplex the big man Brody Steele. Brody Steele wasn't through though. He hits a big boot to the face and takes down the Cowboy. And then the Red Rock Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, The Answer, comes in and hits a big move on Cowboy Mike Hughes. But then came the Big Picture Chris Cook with a series of clotheslines to the big Brody Steele. And the Big Picture sets up for a big body slam, slamming the 320-pound Steele. But Steele wasn't finished. He throws the Big Picture into the corner. Then comes The Answer with an attack into the corner. Things weren't looking good for Chris Cook, as there was some double team action going, but Cowboy Mike Hughes comes in, takes down The Answer, takes down Brody Steele, hits a big boot to the mouth. Cowboy Mike Hughes riling up the crowd, but he gets ready for possibly a Husey driver, and he hits the Husey driver. Is he going to go for the cover? No! It's the Big Picture who goes airborne, hits a flying elbow, covers The Answer, goes for the 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the big victory for the team of Cowboy Mike Hughes and the Big Picture Chris Cook.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a tag team match from that big crowd at the East Link Center. It was Cowboy Mike Hughes and the Big Picture Chris Cook on friendlier terms and friendlier times. How about that big elbow from the Big Picture? Which leads us to number 4, and it features one of the most exciting newcomers to hit Red Rock Wrestling in a long time. I'm talking about Youngblood Cody Blade. And in this event, he takes on the rugged veteran, Lincoln Steen.
The scene is the Holland College Center for Community Engagement. It's the rugged veteran, Lincoln Steen. And his opposition at this time is Youngblood Cody Blade, who is excitement personified. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier this year, it was Lincoln Steen who put a halt to Youngblood Cody Blade's winning streak at Red Rock Wrestling, and this is Cody Blade's chance for revenge. And Cody Blade started things off right away with his high-flying acrobatics that was able to confuse Lincoln Steen. Once again, using those ropes and his cat-like quickness, hits a beautiful Hurricane Rana. Lincoln Steen was bewildered, he was confused. He had no other alternative but hit the ringside area. But was Youngblood Cody Blade going to leave him alone? No! Hits a beautiful moonsault on Lincoln Steen. The crowd was solidly behind Youngblood Cody Blade as he was rocking and he was rolling, but Lincoln Steen far from over, hitting a big bridging German suplex. Now Lincoln Steen, well under control, is going to fly from the top rope. What's he going to do? A big knee into the upper chest area of Youngblood Cody Blade. Steen went for the pin, didn't quite get it. Beautiful enziguri by Youngblood Cody Blade. Cody Blade back in control here and using those ropes. He has cat-like agility. Flies off the ropes with another moonsault. Looked like Lincoln Steen might have got a knee up. Youngblood wasn't able to get the pin, but Steen has got him up in a Steenatopian driver. If he hits that, he's going to get it. But wait, Youngblood reverses. Hits an exciting reversal. Is he going to go for the pin? He does not. He's going to the top rope again. What's he going to do? He's going to fly again. Hits Lincoln Steen with a top rope maneuver, goes for the pin, 1, 2, and 3. It is a victory for Youngblood Cody Blade, redeeming himself from his last loss against Lincoln Steen. Youngblood Cody Blade, excitement personified.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, how about that Youngblood Cody Blade? That man can fly, getting his revenge and his victory over Lincoln Steen. Up next is the proverbial David versus Goliath, as the last real apprentice, Zach Doyle, challenges the Red Rock Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Big Picture Chris Cook.
We're at the Stratford Town Hall Gymnasium. It's a Red Rock Wrestling Heavyweight Championship match. Earlier in the evening, it was supposed to be Cowboy Mike Hughes against the big picture Chris Cook. However, that no-good Dr. Feinstein pulled some shenanigans, and Cowboy was not able to face the big picture. However, I made sure there was going to be a title match. Cowboy had an idea.
Is my top student, the last apprentice, Zach Doyle.
It was the last real apprentice, Zach Doyle, coming out to take on the big picture Chris Cook. It was the proverbial David versus Goliath, as the big picture was much larger than Zach Doyle. However, Zach Doyle not about to go down without a big fight. The big picture with a big body slam on Doyle. However, Doyle comes back with a big bulldog off the top rope. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, he almost has the 3 count when Dr. Feinstein breaks it up. Sensing the title was in jeopardy and his man was in trouble, Zach Doyle, so very frustrated, grabs Feinstein by the scruff of the neck. He's about to hit him when the big picture comes and attacks him, setting him up for a big body slam. However, Doyle reverses it, hits him with a roll-up. 1, 2, he had him pinned again. When Dr. Feinstein pulls out referee Aiden Northcott. Aiden Northcott could have disqualified Cook right there and then. However, Northcott knows the title can only change hands on a pinfall or a submission. Cowboy Mike Hughes has had seen enough, grabs Dr. Feinstein and hits him right in the mouth. Cowboy Mike Hughes takes Feinstein back, but wait, the big picture Chris Cook has the briefcase, nails Zach Doyle with the briefcase. Zach Doyle still doesn't go down. Big picture, perfect, no! Covers him. 1, 2, and 3. Unfortunately, it was too much for Zach Doyle to take, and the big picture retains his championship.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, the last real apprentice, Zach Doyle, came oh so close to winning the Red Rock Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Had it not been for that briefcase and that no-good Dr. Feinstein, Zach Doyle very well could have been the new Red Rock Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Which brings us to our next match, folks. It was the night International Wrestling star Marcus Burke, the reigning WWP World South African Heavyweight Champion, issued an open challenge to anyone on the Red Rock Wrestling roster. Who came out? Let's find out.
We're at the Stratford Town Hall Gymnasium. It was the night Marcus Burke, the reigning WWP World Heavyweight Champion from South Africa, challenged the locker room. He stated whoever hit the ring first would have a shot at his championship. But who would come out? Marcus Burke, of supreme confidence, called out anybody, and we anxiously awaited to see who would come out. Lincoln Steen comes out to answer the call. However, Big Brody Steele comes out and takes out Lincoln Steen before he can make his way to the ring. This would have to be a worst-case scenario for the champion Burke, as Brody Steele is one of the biggest and baddest men in all of professional wrestling, and Brody Steele hit the ring on a mission, taking down Marcus Burke with a big clothesline, once again hitting him with another clothesline. Brody Steele was well in control, but Marcus Burke, one of the top wrestlers in the world, wasn't going to take this lying down, and he took Brody Steele down and hit his left knee right against that big heavy ring post, and once again takes a steel chair using the guardrail to damage the knee of Brody Steele. Could that be enough to take out the big man? Once again, Lincoln Steen interjects himself in the match. Marcus Burke grabs the steel chair. He's about to hit Brody Steele with the chair. If he hits the big man with the chair, he could go down, but Brody Steele has the presence of mind to counter it. Brody Steele has the chair, and he hits Marcus Burke with the chair. Covers Marcus Burke. Aiden Northcott gets into position. 1, 2, and 3. We have a brand new WWP World Heavyweight Champion from South Africa. And Aiden Northcott gives the belt over to Brody Steele. Brody Steele celebrates, holding the belt high up in the air so everyone can see it. What a sight. Brody Steele, the man who took out the great Khali in India. One of the most intimidating men in all of professional wrestling.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, history made once again here at Red Rock Wrestling. We had a worst-case scenario for Mr. Marcus Burke. Out came Brody Steele, and consequently, Brody Steele captured the WWP World South African Championship.